What is Merhawit Designs about?
We provide embroidery and also printing services for anyone. I had no idea how to do a thread and needle. I remember I reached out to a friend that knew how to sew. I reached out to her and said, hey, like, what machine do you use? Is it okay if you can show me like the basics? And that friend didn't want to offer that help, right? So I took that in and just put all my effort into it, just watching YouTube videos. I remember I was poking myself. I was missing up on a lot of hoodies, wasting a lot of hoodies. But there'll be moments where I'll be upset. It's just, and my mom would always be like, it's okay. Like, you know, you got this, you got this. Surrounding yourself with positive, good people that want to see you succeed, that plays a big part in it. So just the encouragement and just not giving up. Any business has an up and down. You're just a small business right now. You will get to that point. Even businesses, like big businesses, if you see Nike, Adidas, during Christmas, they're busy. After Christmas, the mall is dead.
Is dead.
Nobody's there, right? So why would you think your business is always going to be up? It's never always going to be up. So on those down moments, it's not like you can't put your head down and say, why did this not work out? You got to say, okay, what are other things I can add? What are other things I can learn about? How can I better my business? And those down moments, it's lock in, put all the work that you need to put in.
Hello everyone, this is Kwame with Life Behind the Tapestry, and today I have with you a very good friend of mine, someone that I've known for, is it like what, almost 3 years now?
Yes,
yeah, I have her today with us to, we're going to have some conversations. She's doing some amazing work that I think we all need to know about. So let's welcome Merhawit from Merhawit Designs. How are you doing, my lady?
I'm good. How are you?
Adulting. Adulting, trying to manage things, life, and that work and everything. So how is business?
Business is doing okay. Can't complain.
You can't
pretty
complain.
Good. Yeah.
Okay. So when someone sees, let's say, Merhawit Designs, what is Merhawit Designs about?
So Merhawit Designs is we provide embroidery and also printing services for anyone. It could be small businesses, big businesses. It could be just a single order, but anything that you want and that you want it to be custom, we're able to print it and embroider it for you.
Okay, so like, is it the printing like only for like clothes, or like maybe you print for make doormats, or like what kind of printing though?
So right now we're just doing apparel and slowly we're just trying to build on that. The goal is to grow and just be able to do signs, anything as much as we can.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Wonderful. So like, do you work with a group of people?
So right now it's friends, family, whoever can help. You just got to bring anybody. But that's the goal. The goal is to try to employ people. But right now it's like in the beginning stages, you can't really afford to have like a lot of people.
I know,
so you just try to do with whoever is there on there.
But how is that though? I know trying to manage all that, being one person, just trying to manage all that by yourself. I know you said you have friends that assist you here and there, but at the end of the day, still about 70, 80%, 95% of the job is still on you. Like, how are you able to managing a small business?
So with that, it's learning how to delegate your work. You can't do it all, right? So it does get stressful, but it's like when it comes to the finance, when it comes to like the business aspect, when the taxes and anything that needs to get done, just delegating that. Like my sister will do that. And then when it comes to certain things, it's like, okay, another person can do it. So I just try to divide as much as I could, but it does get stressful. It does. Because sometimes when you have to go pick up, run around, come in, get the order done, and they want it by a certain time, it can get very, very overwhelming. But that's the business behind it. But and you gotta love it. It's like a little like chase. Okay, like today I have this to do. I'm gonna go tackle these. Okay, I can't do this, and just asking people for help. Well, you have people that offer, just taking that too. Yeah.
So I mean, let's go back, a little bit. Like, I would say, what made you decide to, let's get very personal. Like, what made you decide to maybe pursue this, like trying to do embroidery and then all these stuff?
So since day one, I always told myself that I do not want to work for no one.
Okay, all
that
right.
was just, I don't know, since I was a kid, I'm like, I don't want to work for no one. I want to be my own boss. So, and it's not like I started this business and it's doing good. There were other businesses I tried before I get into this. So the first business I tried was custom in shoes.
Oh,
That was
okay.
very in at the moment, which was like painting and like cleaning shoes and just, but I can't draw too, right? So that got hard, and I was like thinking about it, very time consuming. I'm not really targeting everybody. So I kind of left that on the side, and I started reworking, so getting clothes, sweaters and stuff, and I would cut them up and sew them, like, you know, I get 2 different hoodies, put them
Okay.
together, and I'll like cut each, sew
And I
them,
sew them together.
and try to create like this unique one look, right? I'll get men's hoodie, I'll cut it up, make it to a skirt and a crop top for the ladies. So I did a couple of those. They were okay, but at the same time, I wasn't really targeting everybody. So during COVID is when I sat down, I was going through TikTok, and I was like, okay, like this embroidery stuff seems cool. So I went to Amazon and I said, okay, I seen a machine. It was $3K. And I was like, should I get this? And my mom, very encouraging. She's like, it's an investment. Get it. See, you win, you lose. And I said, yeah, whatever. I'm going to do it. Some people are like, oh, you wasted your money. And I'm like, nah, I got this. So I started just learning from it and picking up. And then just orders started coming. People started loving the work. And then from there, and I was like, okay, like I can actually take this being serious, and I actually like, I love what I do and I enjoy it. So that just makes everything so much like smoother and easier.
Yeah, I think so. You I don't know if you can boldly say it, that it came from a place of passion. It was more like, okay, I just want to try it and see. So I think sometimes when we are being fueled by passion, I think it really helped, because there was no. Do you think there was pressure on you because it was from a place of, okay, I'm just trying it out and having fun with it? Did you feel pressure on you to succeed, or it was more like, okay, I'm just trying it and see where it goes? Or did you have a business mindset on it?
In the beginning, I was just like, just trying it, like, you know, why not? Wasn't nothing serious. But then after, it was like, when people are like asking, like people are coming back, and I said, okay, now this could be a business.
Yeah.
And then took it from there.
I think it's one of those things that, I mean, like my own journey is pretty much, it's also pretty much like that. Like when I started photography, like it was from, I wanted to look cool on Instagram. I literally got a camera to I literally got a camera looking cool. Like I want to look cool. I want to take very nice photos and post them on Instagram and see where it goes. Before I realized I was taking photos of friends, and then people were like, oh, I want to pay you to do that. And then I think that transition, I think for me, made it easier.
Yeah.
It made it easier because I didn't really have business mind in it. It was more like, okay, I just want to try it and see. And then being able to transition something from a place of passion to making money. For I know it's not everybody that gets the chance to, you know, like turn their passions into something that they can make business. But I also feel like if we start things from that point of view, where money is not really like a thing that we think about, it makes it easier.
Yeah.
It makes it easy for you to just pretty much just, you know, to just go in, enjoy. Because like right now, you know how right now, like we think about the money. Sometimes, I don't know about you, but I feel like sometimes it brings some pressure on you. The pressure on it because like, oh, the orders are maybe not coming in and all those things. But when it's fueled from passion, especially from the beginning, it makes it easier, and then you're able to transition and all that. And then talking about transition, like, was it hard? I know you were at the process where you were, you know, trying different stuff, trying to, you know, do they say you did the shoes, you did all that. How hard was it for you to, let's say, see, okay, this thing is not working for me? Because I know sometimes we humans, we struggle where we can get attached so much to a thing that it makes it very hard to leave it. So you tried other stuff. Like, how was the transition for you? Because I know there was no way you wouldn't be attached to some of the things that you were doing. Like, how were you able to transition from one thing you were trying other stuff? How was the transition process like for you?
So with that, yes, I ended up just watching a lot of like YouTube videos, trying to teach myself, because I had no idea how to do a thread and needle. Starting like when I started doing resewing, like product, I just continued watching videos, YouTube. I remember I reached out to a friend that knew how to So I reached out to her. I say, hey, like, what machine do you use? Is it okay if you can show me like the basics? And that friend didn't want to offer that help, right? So I was just like, she's like, just buy like a brother print embroidery machine. And then I was like, yeah, is it okay like if you can just show me like the basics, like, you know? And she's like, no, I just watch YouTube videos. She just cut me off. I considered her to be a good friend. So I was like, okay, no worries, you know? Went on from there. So I said, it's okay. Like, it is what it is. Not everybody wants to like help, and you can't be upset with that. So I took that in and it just put all my effort into it, just watching YouTube videos. I remember I was poking myself. I was messing up on a lot of hoodies, wasting a lot of hoodies. But there'll be moments where I'll be upset. It's just, and my mom would always be like, it's okay. Like, you know, you got this. You got this. It's just the positive, surrounding yourself with positive, good people that want to see you succeed. That plays a big part in it. So just the encouragement and just not giving up and just kind of just learn. Until this day, there are so many things I don't know how to do. But it's just, I go YouTube it. And if I don't, I ask somebody, I'll try to figure it out. I'm able to figure it out. But yeah, just self-taught. Like that's
Self-taught,
it. Self-taught.
Right. Let's go more deeper into the self-taught part, because I think it's something that sometimes I feel like we humans, we feel like maybe like the moment we get into something, we are supposed to like get it like within 2 days. And then if we don't figure it out, then maybe it's not the right thing for us. So I know you already said your mom and stuff, but how was the journey, right? Like getting the stuff from Amazon, bringing it at home, watching those YouTube videos. What were some of the things that kept you going, that kept you motivated? What are some of the things that were like, you know, helping you push forward to go to learn more, to be where you are right now?
It's just, I like challenge. I could speak on my behalf. I like challenge. So it's, if I get something and I'm having a difficult time, I'm not the type of person that's going to be like, okay, it didn't work out, I'm going to give up, right? So it's like, okay, I didn't get it. Okay, I'm going to put a lot of work into it until I get it. And I'm going to push and push and push and learn. That's it. So, and that doesn't really work with a lot of people, right? Some people will be like, yeah, it is what it is. And they'll leave it. But it's just putting that time and effort into something. Eventually you will get it. It's just not giving up. Because I could give up after the first business that I tried to build. That didn't work, right? I could give up after the second one, but I kept on going. Even now, if anything goes wrong with this, I'm going to still go. I'm going to still go and try it. Why not, right?
So it's just the discipline and then the determination to just be like, okay, I'm not giving up. I have to go. I have to keep you. And then it's a hard thing though, especially being a small business owner, because sometimes like the money is not coming in. Sometimes the phone calls are not coming in, and then it's very hard to still find that motivation to just be like, okay, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. So when the motivation, you know, sometimes we are very motivated by the money. When the motivation is not coming in, and those down moments, because I mean, business is like this. Sometimes the ups, the downs. So during those days, what keeps you going?
So you just always, like the way you think about it is any business has an up and down. You're just a small business right now. You will get to that point. Even businesses, like big businesses, if you see Nike, Adidas, during Christmas, they're busy. After Christmas, the mall is dead.
It's dead.
Nobody's there, right? So why would you think your business is always going to be up? It's never always going to be up. So on those down moments, it's not like you can't put your head down and say, why did this not work out? You got to say, okay, what are other things I can add? What are other things I can learn about? How can I better my business? And those down moments, it's lock in, put all the work that you need to put in. Those are like, I kind of see them like a grateful moment, because it's like, yo, I can actually learn, bring more to the table. Because you could, like, let's say for your business, you do pictures. But if you just did pictures, the next guy is doing videos. They're doing a lot of things, right? So if somebody comes in and say, should I just go get my pictures from him? Or I can get the whole package from this other guy. They're going to go to that next guy.
Exactly.
So I started just doing embroidery, not printing. I didn't know what I was doing with printing. So a lot of people were coming to me for embroidery. But when it comes to printing, I had people come to me for printing. But I was turning back a lot of people.
Okay.
Because I didn't know, I did not offer it. But one thing I could have done is like, I could have took it. I could have outsourced it. But I didn't. At that time, it's like, okay, on those down moments, I locked in. I said, okay, how can I learn about printing? What can I do? I just started like digging into like printing. What kind of printing are there? okay, I invested in a printer and then just went from there and built things. And then I said, hey, I offer printing now. And now I have embroidery and printing. Next is like screen printing, something that I want to look into. So those down moment is just lock in and just learn, because there's always that you can always grow your business. It's not like nobody's just at a limit. You know what I mean?
So you embrace those down moments as much as it may not be fun, because the phone calls are not coming. You do embrace it because you use those down moments as the time to just, take a step back and look at everything and like, okay, where can I improve?
Exactly.
What can I bring in? And then I think that is a really good thing, because not everyone that sometimes we take those down moments where it's like, okay, maybe as the time to probably maybe give up because the money is not coming in. At the time, I know, like, especially for me during, let's say, one thing I realized sometimes when I check my bookings from Christmas to like maybe February is the time that I get a lot of bookings. Last time I sat down and I was like, okay, why is that? I realized it's the new year. People wants to, feel themselves, do so. Like I get a lot of bookings from there, but then right from there, getting to Easter is like
it drops.
It drops.
Yeah.
Right. But if you are not really someone that is like, you see things to, okay, let me use this as to like revamp myself, to reinvest. Sometimes when they drop like that, it's just like, because like you start the year very strong, especially in my case, I like Christmas. Bookings are coming. New Year, I'm getting bookings. February. And then right after the Valentine's,
it starts to die.
It starts to die. And then that's when it begins to get in your head. And it's like, okay, like, no, like you just start going crazy about it, and it's like, oh, how do I even manage it? How do I go about it? And it's a hard thing where I think sometimes we business owners, we struggle a lot. And I'm very glad that you said that you use those moments as the opportunities to kind of like revamp yourself and then refine ways and means to, reinvest in the business. So with reinvesting and stuff to like, do you have like a plan for it? Like, because like, let me give my example. I mean, this is something I even learned from you, where it's like, okay, opening a business account and trying to, so how do you deal with investing, finances, and those stuff? When do you know, okay, I need to put money here, I need to save, like, how do you deal with those kind of stuff?
So with that, I'm still learning, like, because I'm pretty new into the business too, but I am still learning. But one thing that I learned is like separating your life from your business. Because sometimes I could just see my business just takes over me. Like consistency on my phone, like always trying to respond to everybody. I'm always on my phone and I'm not really in the moment. Just kind of like having those hours. Okay, this is the time that I'm going to respond to people. After this, like I need to have my own life too. But in the beginning, it's okay because you want to build it too. You are going to want to do that, right? So when it comes to the finances, first you have to invest in yourself, right? So I know you're going to go buy food. I know you're going to go out with your friends and Uber this, Uber that and stuff. You can't really have that life and want to start a business at the same time. You know what I mean? There is moments where you just have to say, okay, you have to sacrifice certain things. So with me, it's like, I don't really go out. I'm not out there. Like, I'm very just low key. I work. I'll spend family is important to me. I spend time with family, friends. Whenever I get time, I spend time with like my closer friends and stuff. But it's just taking that money that I invest into that business and just saying, okay, so this is how much I'm going to put into the business and I just got to remake it. And that's how I see it. It's like, I'm just trying to remake what I put into it. That's it. But it's not like, if you really chase the money, you can kind of just get lost in it, if that makes sense. But to me, it's just like, I love what I do because it's like when you hear people saying, oh my God, you made my vision come to life. So to me, those are the, like, that's how I get paid. And I'm just like, oh, I actually like that. Cool. They feel good because I brought their vision to life. Oh my God, I'm so happy. Love the quality. I'm going to come back. And they come back. Hey, this person recommended me. They were so happy. Response time was so good. I respond to people at 3 a.m., 4 a.m. It doesn't matter.
You don't sleep?
Like, you know, it's just like, yo, if it's, you gotta be on top of it sometimes, because if you just like take 2 to 3 weeks to respond.
Oh, no. The business is going to die.
Exactly. The next person is going to respond quicker than you, and you can lose customers like that, you know? And that's how I see it.
Yeah. But so, let's say right now, I mean, you have like maybe 2-3 years of we are still growing, but at least we're not as you used to be a year before. Would you advise, right? Would you would you advise what they call it? Because this sounds, like I said, the finance part, the way I learned from you about. Would you advise? I know sometimes when we start the business, like when I started my business, I didn't think about stuff like paying myself or not combining the money that I make from my photography to my accounts. Because for me, it was like, okay, this is the money that is coming in. If I have to go buy a camera, I'll just save my money and go buy it. And then it is something that me personally, I realize that now, especially where the business is, I wouldn't encourage that and everything. Would you advise right from the beginning separating the finances, or just, whatever that, because right now you're trying to figure it out, whatever that you make, you just try and reinvest it and see.
So it's hard. You can't do that. You cannot, because if a business is starting with $0, you can't separate that from your personal stuff. But you have to invest in yourself, right? So just what I would do is like take 5K, take 10K, whatever you have, and say, okay, this is for the business, and just put that there. And your goal is, how can I make that money back?
Okay.
And not lose anything. You know what I mean? So you just put in the work. So let's say I bought my machine for 3K. Until I got back that 3K, all I know is I'm losing.
True.
So it's like, okay. Once I made that 3K, I said, I just paid my machine. And then you go get a bigger machine. The bigger machines can cost up to like 30, 40, 50K. Ooh. Same thing. It's a bigger game. It's like, okay, you finance it. Okay, I got bills to pay. I'm just gonna do that. But when it comes to starting, you gotta separate it. You say, okay, I'm investing 5 to 10K, whatever you want, and put it and separate it. Get a business card, like a business credit card, business debit card. Get that registered your business. That's important. And once you register it and you got your card, anything purchases that you need to do, use that credit card. Build that credit card. You're building a relationship. So let's say if you want to get bigger equipments later on, you have a great credit card under the business and you're able to do anything, because even later on, you're able to do a lot of things with it. Even if you want to lease a car under your business, you could do that, because it's like its own thing. But you cannot not have a credit. You use in your bank. And then when you want to get something big, you're like, okay, like,
where do I get the money?
Exactly. And how's the bank going to trust you too? Because it's like, you don't have a credit.
Oh, okay.
And that's where it comes from. So you can't just consistently use your personal stuff. Just take a certain amount and just put that in it and say, I'm investing this in myself. That's it.
In the beginning, I think, like, especially as that is started from a place of passion, I think sometimes it can be so hard to have that brain of business in mind, because like we love what we are doing. We enjoy what we are doing. So it's like, okay, I mean, people are paying us, but it's like, we don't think about the business side of things as much. Like, for me personally, I think I am now beginning to take the business side of things seriously. It used to be, well, I mean, I have a job that I go to, and then this was like a thing that I was. It is now that even now when people ask me, I actually tell them, hey, I actually do 2 jobs. I used to be like, okay, I have my job that my 9 to 5 that I go to, and this is something that I do on this side. But now it's like, no, this is actually a job. Which is like, when it starts from a place of passion, sometimes I feel like it's so hard to get lost in the passion side of it, things, and just enjoying what you do about it, but you don't really start taking seriously the business side of things, like finding that balance to take. But like I didn't do that. I was like, okay, people are paying me, I'm making money, cool. The money comes, I put it in my account. I also have my 9 to 5 that I go to. The money comes, I put it in. Okay, I need to go get it. So it was like, I was not.
Yeah, but the thing is, what we do is we want to feel comfortable And we want that consistency. Oh, this income is coming in. Because depending on your business, someday you'll get paid, someday you don't get paid, right? I get it. It's hard to leave your business and just focus on your business, right? And you can't be on your job and give your business 100%.
True.
And that's the hard part about it. And that's the game. And sometimes you have to make those sacrifices and say, okay, how can I play around? How can I put time into my business and still work that 9 to 5? Right.
Yeah.
And a lot of times what can happen is our daytime job can take a toll out of us. You'll get tired, you get home, you don't even want to do nothing about the business. I've been there because my job, I was doing 60 hours, right? I was coming home and I'm like, okay, now I got to like learn this about my business. And I'm like, I'm tired. I'm like mentally clocked out. I don't want, I just want to sleep, right? But okay, if that's not letting my business grow, cut those hours down or switch the times you work, or just try to like cut your budgets and say how you can keep that very limited and like not just invest all your time in it, and then try to give your business 100%. Because whenever you go and work on another person's job, you're giving them 100%.
Exactly.
And you can't expect your business to grow. Because if a 9 to 5, you're a great employee, you come home, you're like, I'm tired today. So why don't you just flip that? And your business, give it 100. They're just clock in, clock out. And move on, you know?
So just to put it out there, you have a day job. You have a job that you do, and then so you are not doing Merhawit Designs full time.
No, I'm not. So there is a job. So the job was full time. Try to switch it to overnights now. Okay, overnights. I do my overnights. Come home, sleep a bit. I get up during the day. I'm just tackling the business.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I think right now you and I are pretty much like on the same schedule, because like it was I was on my job. I was doing my job currently is in Guelph, so I have to drive 1 hour in, 1 hour out. That is 2 hours every day of commuting to work. And I was like, I need to focus on my business too, and I need to do that. Well, okay, you have to make the sacrifice.
You have to.
Okay, then I'm going to switch it. Go work overnight over there. Come right. Like right now, we both said we are both tired from work.
But you know what? You know what? That's not good. Right. Because us doing overnight, we're exhausted right now. And think about it. But if we got our good 8 hours of sleep, imagine how much work we're going to put in. What we're doing is not right either. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, we're making these sacrifices just because we have our bills to pay at the end of the day, right? Because we can switch to overnight, but daytime will be more available, but we're miserable. Like we're zombies walking around,
Trust me. I think it's sometimes like making those sacrifices and knowing what you are sacrificing for, right? Because sometimes like if there's not like a distinctive, okay, this is what I'm trying to achieve. It makes it so hard to just kind of like take things as it goes. Okay, well, I mean, sometimes people will buy clothes. Okay, cool. I'll just do that. But it's like, okay, once you're able to sit down with yourself and be like, okay, this is the thing. This is what I'm trying to achieve. Maybe I need to go buy the 30K machine next year by this time. How do I achieve that? How do I plan it? How do I go by it? And know, okay, what am I willing to sacrifice together? I think sometimes we want certain things, but we are not willing to sacrifice for it. And that can be.
But that's the game. You have to lock in. There's moments where like I started the business and then I started doing, let's say I started doing the printing. The prices that I was offering versus what other companies were offering is not the same.
Okay.
Just because they have hundreds of machines. They have things that they need. Me, I have to outsource certain things and stuff. But there's moments where I break even to just build clients. That's it. To just have that relationship, break even, sometimes lose a little bit of money. And that's okay. But at the end of the day, I'm just trying to like put my business out there. I'm trying to build a relationship. Once I build those relationship, at one point, if you put that effort, you will get into where these big companies are. Like you can go to China and get a shirt for like 5 cents. Sure. Everything is cheap there. And then shipping will be what? $100, right?
That's the thing.
But a lot of people want to do it local. And this industry right now is really hot. Like it's really good. Because a lot of people want to do their things local. So anybody that wants to start this business can definitely start it.
Okay, so let's go more into the Canadian industry for, should I even call it fashion or embroidery? Or don't even know what industry. Right. So the markets that you are in, right?
Mhm.
How is the market, right? How is it like?
So I think in the beginning, the industry wasn't as hot, but I think now it is, because when I was first investing into my machine too, they were telling me prices were going up.
Oh,
And I said, going up by 10K or so. And I was like, what? Why all of a sudden they're like, the industry is picking up here? But a lot of people usually just outsource it from other places, right? So it's good. It's picking up. It's a great market to start. Anybody could do it. Just you got to be determined.
I think before I met you, I've seen embroidery stuff. But I always thought that maybe it was like, you could see some Nike stuff, some Adidas, and then they would do embroidery. I never thought that it was something that, I don't want to say easy to make, but I thought that like you needed like a factory or something in order to be able to make. So like, when I saw you starting to make it, I was like, oh wow, so this is something that, it's sometimes I think when you don't make the research, you overthink it and think that, oh, this is like, you need to be like at a certain level, at a certain place before you. But I never knew that embroidery is something that, oh, you could easily make it. Not that it's an easy job, but it's like you could easily make it where it's like, okay, you have a place and start a business. I always thought that it's only those big companies, Nikes and those where they have like some big ass machines to be able to make it. And that, wow, it's like, wow.
It's for sure, it's not something like you need big this, a factory or anything. I started at my house. Like, that's it. My house was getting filled with boxes. And I could tell I was just irritated by mom. And then she's just like, "It's too many boxes here." And I'm like, I'm sorry. So I said, go. And I said, okay, like I need to get a working space, like a little shop. And it's like setting those goals and just attacking them. And I love doing that. That's me. So I told myself within a year, I got this job that I was working at. I was working there for a year. I said, okay, after a year, I have to be able to get a shop and I want to invest in this machine. And then just saying, okay, if I could do those two, I could travel, just a little motivation for myself on the side, and, and it's like, okay. And I went in, I put in the time and the work, and everybody will be like, let's go. Oh, this and that. And I'm just like, nah, I got work. They're like, you're missing a whole concert for work. I said, yeah, I got a bigger goal.
I gotta work.
I gotta work. Like, and people are like, you're a workaholic. I'm just like, no, I just got goals. Like, I really want to achieve them. And just putting in that time and just investing in that, in what you believe based on that is where it goes from.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Okay. So like, let's go to like growth, right? You said goals and stuff. Like, what do you call it? How was your goals like? Right, let's break it down a little bit. Like, how you said you started off getting a machine from Amazon to like now having so many boxes in your house where now it's like your mom is looking at you side eyes, and to be able to now get a shop, and then now you have your own shop that you do everything. Like, how was the process? Like, how were you able to make those growth? Right, like how, okay, I need to buy a machine. Okay, I'm going to save 3K. I did that. I need to go. Like, how were you able to keep yourself? How were you breaking things down to be able to get to where you are right now?
I was just going with the flow.
Wow.
I was just going with the flow because like I never thought like this is it or anything. But in the beginning, it was just like, okay, so I'm like, let me start doing this. Okay, invested in the machine. And it's like, okay, let me start just working on hoodies. And I was just doing what people were doing. People seemed to love it. And when I seen it pick up, I sat down one day. I remember me and my sister, we sat down and we said, okay, let me break down. What do I see in this? Can this be a long term? Is this just a fun? Is it just a phase? What's going on? Can I take this big? And then like the name MT Designs, Merhawit Designs, and everybody was like, MT Designs. And I'm like, I can't quit, It's like, I gotta push now. Like, this is MT Design. Like, Merhawit Designs is out there. So, but it's like, just sitting down and just writing down what the goals are. Okay, in like 1 year, what do I see? In 2 years, what do I see? In 3 years, what do I see? A 10-year plan, that's like a long time. Or you can even break it down into 5-year plan. And then just from there, once you write everything down, you just lock in and say, okay, this is it. And if you have to revisit that plan, just because you want to add more things, or if you want to change things, revisit that plan and just write things down and say, okay, I could do this. I can move things around and then just lock in again and just go on with it. Yeah.
All right. So now let's move from the personal stuff to more like business management stuff. Like in the marketing aspect of things, how are you able to get clients, and how do you retain your clients, and like how do you practice your what do you call customer business owner relationship? Like, how do you keep those things? So like the first thing is like, how do you get your clients?
So mostly I've been getting my client through social media, Instagram, and word of mouth. That's it. And word of mouth is really important. And then TikTok, if you have 1-2 video that go viral, that absolutely helps. Which TikTok, I know you get some views sometimes, and sometimes the algorithm is just
all over the place.
It's all over the place. So once you get that viral, for you to just not sit around. As soon as that happened, I got my website up. I started just putting things there, and people were coming from all around the world. They were ordering, and I was like, okay, like, you know, social media will be number one. Word of mouth is number two. The way you deal with each client, they're going to have something to say about you. And so far, it's like, I just been good with everybody, and I just building a great relationship and just putting myself out there. Hey, like, I hope you like it. And they love it. And quality. Like, my biggest thing is I'm not going to sell you something to just make money off of it. Right? I'd rather, won't make as much and have a great quality sell you, but I know you're going to come back. But I know you're going to tell your friend. So there's a lot of, this person recommended me, or this person loved your quality. I seen this person wear your quality. I want your hoodies. I want this. And then when they come back from that, and that's how you build. And this person's going to tell that person, uncle, mom, and it goes from there, you know?
Yeah. So quality, I think we were just going to insert this short commercial break. Like, guys, like, trust me, I am wearing MT Designs right now, and I'm not going to lie. The first day that you sent me this, the texture, it was different. I remember Richie was like, you see, her designs are, you don't know where her clothes she gets it from. Like, it's way different. And I think I've gotten this 2 years now, or
I think so. Yeah.
There is still I don't know the English word for, you know, sometimes
the little balls that go on.
Like, I don't have any of it there. Like, I mean, the quality, I would say you definitely do deliver. Like,
thank you.
I don't know if I should twirl on the camera for them to see, but yeah, I'm wearing MT Designs. Oh wait, the website is what? Merhawit Designs.
Merhawit Designs.
Merhawit Designs. Yeah, absolutely. Like, we don't sponsor, we don't do, but this one, I would say, I vouch for you guys. I really vouch for you guys.
Thank you.
So, with social media and stuff, like, how do you balance it? Because I know right now, like, we are trying so hard to. It's like we are working for a machine. The algorithm is trying to. And we are literally working for a machine and everything. So, how is your marketing strategy with social media? Because I know you said you get your clients from it. Like, how is your approach to putting your stuff on social media?
One thing about me is I hate social media. Absolutely hate social media. If I could, I would just delete all my social media and just be a ghost. But unfortunately, like, that's where the income comes from, right? So you gotta just post as much as you can. Post, right? And yes, some days you'll get the views and some days you won't get the views. But at the end of the day, the way you gotta think about it is, if I see your name pop up on my feed all the time, or on my little story, the little circles, I know who you are. I might not watch your stuff, or I might watch it and tap, 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 but I know. So if somebody goes, oh, I want printing or embroidery, oh, I have this girl. I know. But let's say you post once a month. Oh. And then they don't really know who you are, right? And somebody goes, oh, I want somebody that wants to do photos or embroidery or print, any business. But I forgot what their name was.
Oh, so
nah, I don't know. If they post again,
I'll remember.
But I'm not posting in a month or so. So are they really gonna? I can lose business off of that too. But if it's just an average, somebody has to see something 12 times before they can make a purchase.
Oh wow!
An average, right? Wow. So you can promote something, your picture once, But if you don't promote it as much and we don't see it, we're really not going to come at you.
Well, so like your plan, I would say, is you're always trying to put yourself in people's faces that they need to see.
That's the goal. That's the goal. I'm not great at it. I'm
the algorithm is like, no, I'm gonna put you at the back. I'm gonna
blocker.
I'm gonna put you at the back. You're like social media. I don't know. Like you said that you don't like social media, especially in my situation right now. Like, I think it's one of the things that I think a year ago, 2 years ago, it's one of those things that it affected me a lot because like I didn't when things were changing, right? Because it started off with I do photography, I just do my photo edits and I'll just post it. And then I didn't have to do. And then I remember when TikTok started coming up and you have to do videos and you have to do reels. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that.
But that's the thing. That's the thing. So with anything, the world is just moving and growing and growing. If you're not ready to get on the boat, like just go with them, you're just gonna be left behind, right? So it's like, do you ever go and look at pictures on Instagram? Nobody does that. Our brain is programmed to look at something for a couple seconds and scroll up. So that like reels, and even Instagram never really had reels like that, but they ended up getting them because of TikTok. Because everybody was on TikTok just every 5 minutes, and we can't really stay. And having a long video versus a short video, which one are you gonna look at? The shorter, quicker,
fast.
So if you're not gonna like get with the trend or whatever is popular right now, you're just gonna end up being left behind.
Oh, trust me, I did get the short end of it because I remember I used to my DMs used to be so flooded, and then like
all of a sudden it's just
everything just goes silent.
Yeah.
And I realized that, oh shit, like now I have to do reels, I have to stand in front of the camera, I have to even talk to the camera. I was like, all I just want to do is take my photos and put it there and just leave me alone.
Yeah.
But now it's like you have to do behind the scenes, you have to talk in front of the camera, you have to place the camera. And it's one of those things where, like you said, if things are changing and you don't like quickly try to readjust yourself to the way the world is changing, you're definitely gonna left behind. And it's something that I have learned, right? I have learned my lessons.
Yeah. There you go.
I've learned my lesson. That is something that I know very well that I'm not going to absolutely put myself through there anymore. And then with what do you call it? Is social media your only avenue for marketing? Like, do you practice other marketing stuff? Or right now it's just only social media?
Right now it's just social media. And from social media, it's been okay, but I've been trying to build it. I've been trying to like take it to the next place. And that's just me still learning, trying to figure that out, right? But right now it's just been social media, word of mouth. Word of mouth is big.
Yeah, we need to get you a video on maybe CP24 or something.
I hope so. You'll just see on the bottom of Puerto Reprinting, contact Merhawit Design.
Or even now that even Amazon is doing ads and YouTube, and we just have to have your ads over there.
Why not?
Have it there because we need to try all that and then just make it where else it's gonna be one of those. And so, what do you call it in the future stuff for Merhawit Designs? Like, what are some of the things that you have in mind right now for Merhawit Designs?
So right now, I'm just in the process of just building clientele. I'm just trying to get as much customers as possible to just like let everybody know what we offer and what we do. We just don't do our logo, right? We can help small businesses. Like, let's say you want to start your own small business and you want to do clothing brand, you can come talk to me. And I'll just be like, okay, like these are the materials. You can go cheap. You can go a bit pricier. Like this is it. And this is your logo. You can do printing or embroidery, help you out, and then just help small businesses start their business. And then from there, they can take off. They can outsource it from us and then bring it and just sell that out there. So get it from cheaper from us if they get in bulk. And then they can go out there and just double the price and just sell it for more. And just kind of like talking to corporates and just trying to just get bigger orders. That's pretty much it. Because I'm getting the 1-1 orders, but like communities and just like see where I can go from there. Groups, teams, anything that can work. So if I can get just my foot anywhere, I'm gonna put my foot anywhere and just try to get the orders. You know,
right now you are just like hungry and ready to go. Like I'm just ready to go. I need to do this. I need to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so with right now, with where you find yourself, you've been able to find yourself. What are some mistakes that you've made that maybe there is a younger Merhawit that is starting that you would tell her to avoid some of those mistakes?
Just don't waste time. Do your thing. Like, do whatever. Don't ever hesitate and like think, I don't know if this is gonna work. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. There is no right, there is no wrong thing. Do it, you'll learn from it, right? And just put in the work, invest your time. I feel like since day one, I was always locked in. I wasn't really just out there doing whatever.
Like
I was just work.
It.
Yeah. So I'm like, in that sense, when it comes to my work ethic, I just been locked in since day one. But it's just like sometimes you can get indecisive. Oh, I don't know if this is gonna work. I don't know. Like, just question things. Just do it. What do you lose? Invest in things. You're gonna have to lose before you win, right? So just take it and just put your head up and keep trying.
Yeah, I think the investing part, I don't know how to say this or how to put it. I think sometimes we expect returns very fast. Because like, I think when I started my business I started photography in 2018. I never really took it as a business till 2020. And then I started, now I'm at that point where I actually see it as like a business, which is like from 2020 to like maybe now 2024, 4 years later, where it's like now I'm thinking more about the market and how to get, like I'm separating it from me. I see that it's an entity on its own. It's not like, oh, it's something that I'm kind of doing it, right? But on the the topic of like investing, I remember for me, when I started out, I never had the mindset of trying to get anything in returns. And I think that is something that sometimes we get so in our heads, where it's like maybe we started it off, we bought this, and 3 months we are not getting anything, and then it becomes kind of like a problem, right? Because you are investing,
but that's when
but
that
nothing
comes
is
in.
coming.
Exactly. But you can't look at it like that. When you're investing, don't wait for something to come back. So once, like, if you're looking at something, it's not gonna come. Just leave it, lock in. So with me, it's like when I'm in my shop, you'll see 100 messages sometimes. I'm not responding to nobody unless you call me. I'm locked in. I'm making sure orders are being done. I'm making sure things are being ready to a point. If you need to contact me, you have to call me. And that's because I have my headphones on and I can answer it. Otherwise, I'm very like, it's hands-on. Like, I'm making sure boxes are being folded. Things are being taken like care of and everything. But you have to like invest that time. It's like, this is how I always say it. If I'm working at some other person's job, am I not going to get fired for using my phone? Can I get a write-up from using my phone?
Yep. True.
Am I really going to go in the bathroom and sit down and waste time? If they see me do that, I'm going to get caught. And if I see the supervisor, am I not going to make sure like everything is being done? So when you're clocked in your business, I know you get tired. You'll be on your phone scrolling, trying to find real videos that's popular. And next thing you know, it's 2 hours on your phone. Now put your phone aside, lock in. Pretend like, yeah, you have to put in that work. Because if you don't believe in it, let's say later on your business grows and you hire somebody, that person is going to go lock themselves in the bathroom for 3 hours too. Yeah, they're going to be on their phone because supervisor don't care. For it.
You have pretty much set the culture for how, if let's say they come in, they are going to, because if you are there on your phone and blah, blah, blah.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think that analogy that you just made, I think is something that I'm going to really take, because that mindset of, if I was at work, I wouldn't be doing this.
Exactly.
So why am I doing this at my own?
And then we're gonna come back and say, well, my business is not growing. Of course it's not growing, you know? Well, this is not, of course.
Of course it's not growing. I think wow, that is a really good thing. That's a really good analogy, because for me, sometimes like I can be editing and then like I'll just go ping and I'll just be like,
next thing you know,
and then before I realize, I'm like, I've gotten out from my chair and I'm lying on my bed.
There you go. That's literally it.
And I'm lying on my bed. I'm like, oh shit! And I'll get a client message. Hi, am I getting my photos today? And then boom, boom, boom.
There you go.
I think for me right now, like 2020, business was like really growing. Like I think 2020 was when my business was really picking up. Like it was like there, and then COVID hit. And then when COVID hit, it slowed down. April, then June, I was like, I think I could go like a month where I could make like $3,000 a month, or almost sometimes I'll be going with Richie. Like you can ask Richie, where it's like I could do one shoot, I could do 3 shoots in a weekend for like $1,000. And then being able to, but I think at that time I didn't really see it as a business. It was more like something that I was doing. I think it's one of those mistakes that I made, especially that time that it was really picking up. My brain should have switched from, okay, this is like a side thing. This is like something I was doing for fun, to, okay, how are you making money from this thing? And I think you need to start seeing it as a business. I didn't see it as a business till, like, I knew, yes, I had a business, but you know, there's a difference between having something that is like, oh, it's a business, and actually sitting and like, okay, doing what owning a business does. Like, I was not really thinking about marketing, what do you call it? Registering the business, opening an account for the business. Like, you know, sometimes you can say, oh, I have a business, but actually not practicing what being a business owner does. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but this is how I see it. At that time, you were busy. Did you have the time to even put the time to learn, invest in your, like register in your business, market? Did you really have that time?
No.
Realistically, you can't go hard on yourself about it. Because if you go back and you think about it, do you think you were going to have the time? You were busy booked.
I was busy booked. It's one of those things.
So this is what I mean. So you were busy booked. That wasn't the time for you to do anything with your business. And then you had your little peak down. At that moment, instead of, okay, let me go get another job, and let me go, like, okay, I got to find other things and pick up more hours and stuff. At that time, still have your job, but just at that time, it's like, okay, how can I grow the business? How can I learn videos? How can I do other things? How can I do editing? But let me try. You can even edit for other people. I know there's a lot of people that take pictures, but hate to edit.
Yeah, I was doing that. I started off, I think I had this guy in Ghana that I partnered with that sometimes, like, what do you call it? I would take work from here and I'll give it to someone. I would take a commission out of it. So it's like, but like, there are a lot of people back home that wants to retouch that. So it's like, I would take work for them, and I was doing all that. For me, one of the things that I would say personally is, it started off as a passion. And the moment I started making money, it went like boom. So I didn't have to market, so when it got to the time where I had to actually do what having a business, the things that you have to do, like market, do the marketing aspect and everything. I didn't have the, what do you call it? I don't want to say backbone, but it's like I've not worked myself to be able to do that, right? So it started off Instagram. All I just had to do was just take my photos, edit it well, and then just put it out there.
And then it was getting the views and everything. Of course.
It was just getting the likes, the views, the DMs, everything was coming. So when it got to the time where I had to go look for the clients, because I had not practiced that muscle, that was where I was struggling.
But just not giving up.
Exactly. Like, it's one thing that if I'm writing my book, I would say that sometimes it can start a different way, but there's gonna be a time. Don't expect things to be exactly how
you plan.
You planned it.
Because it's never gonna go.
It's never gonna go. And then sometimes you can get so wrapped up in, okay, this is how it started off, so it should be like that. So when it's not like that, then it becomes a problem, because like, why? And then that was one of my biggest, because like, that's why I didn't even want to do reels and those things, because like, I was doing this, I take my photo, I put it out there, I'm making like $3,000 a month from only photography. So now that, why do I have to? I didn't see the need to have to change that. And then that algorithm was like, okay, you don't want to keep up, Chico. You don't want to keep up, Chico. You don't want to keep up.
And then it just keeps going down.
It was just one of those things that it just happened. But owning a business, I mean, you learn from it. You
learn
make
from it.
mistakes, and I now embrace the mistakes.
Yeah.
I really embrace those mistakes. If you don't make those mistakes, you'll not be able to learn.
Exactly.
Mhm.
You'll just stay in your comfort zone. It's always good to not be comfortable. So always telling yourself, if you're comfortable, you're doing something wrong. You're absolutely doing something wrong.
Yeah.
You just always put yourself in the places you're not comfortable.
I feel like you are like very hungry. Like you are someone that is like very hungry. That is like, okay, ready to go. Like,
That's who you thought I was?
That's how, like, the way right now, I thought that, but now talking to you, I'm like, you are like a very hungry person. Like, you are like ready to go. Like, da, 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 da.
Yeah. Well, you got to be, because that's how it is. Because if you're not hungry and you're not ready to chase that, then who's really going to? You know? It's not going to come to you. Like, if you want something, you have to go and get it, right?
Yeah.
And you can't just sit there and wait for it to come to you.
Boy, like sometimes we want things, like we all want to be business owners, be
But we don't want the
entrepreneurs,
problems
but we
and
don't
the
want
stress
what
that
it
come
comes
with it.
with being a business owner.
Exactly. And it's not for everybody. If you think about it, during COVID, everybody had a business.
True.
Every single person had a business.
And that was how I made my money.
From that, and how many people still have their businesses now? There's a lot of Instagram pages, businesses that hit 100 followers and they just went MIA. They stopped their businesses, right? It's not for everybody. It's not cut out for everyone. It's hard work. It's long nights. There'll be moments where like you won't sleep at night, you know? But you just gotta lock in.
Yeah, I think I was watching a video, was it yesterday? And they were talking about how sometimes like when we are starting, we like there's so many people that may be doing it within 2 years. That, let's say it started off with 100 people.
Yeah.
Within 2 years, it will be left with 50. If you persevere, within 5 years, that 50 will turn to 25. Within 10 years, it's going to be you and that other person.
Yep.
But then sometimes, like in the beginning phases, sometimes it's nice to be like, oh, I own a business. But the works that it comes with it, it makes it very hard for you to be able to like keep it going long term.
But the thing is with that too, and I feel like when people see you and they see your page, Kwame has it together. Merhawit has it together, you know? And to me, it's just like, oh my God, like, you know, you have this now. No, you don't. Like, I'm posting the great things for you guys to see. You're welcome.
Exactly.
But the stress that we go through, the long nights, when orders don't go through, when deadlines are there and you have to like not sleep, go to your job, come back again. You guys don't really get to see those parts, you know? And then that time is like, I don't really have a time to set up my camera, take a reel while I'm sweating on the corner. You know what I mean?
Yo.
But that's what a lot of people just look and assume like, they got it together.
Everything.
You're a business owner. Wow, you must be rich. I'm just like, I'm broke as a
I'm
joke.
broke as
Like, absolutely not.
Like,
you know?
I was telling like Richard is always on me. He's like, you are something, because as money right now, I'm at that point where I went from making let's say 3,000 to 2,000, 2,500 a month at least like 2020, 2021. So now where it's like, last time I decided, okay, I'm going to sit down and look at my finances, how much money. And then now I'm averaging like $500 to $800 a month. And then it's like, but someone will still see your page and think that, oh, like maybe you are making like 10 grand now. And but they don't get to see that.
They don't. And the thing,
it slumps.
And the thing is about Toronto's just a shit place to live. I'm not going to lie to you. For a business, it's not a greatest place to grow. Think about it. How much is your rent? How much is your grocery? Phone bills, everything. Do you really have that time to spend that much money to take a picture? You know? But that's what it comes in. But at the end of the day, don't limit yourself. Fly out to places. I know somewhere in the States, they'll pay you double what Toronto's offering.
Yo, that's the truth.
Don't be scared. Don't get comfortable to stay here. What's really here? That's keeping you.
No,
you literally just get up and go at another place.
For me, right now, I have like the States in mind, New York and stuff, because like those environments, they appreciate some of the stuff that we do. So it will make it easier, because sometimes you need to go where the market is. As much as you don't want to be there, you have to go where the market is. But how do you manage, how do I put it? Like for me, let me use so that it will be easier to, I don't know how you're going to answer this. How do you manage the work that we do is very subject. It's arts that you provide for people, and then sometimes you can do something and they will not like it.
Mm-hmm.
How do you deal with those instances? Because sometimes, like, I can do a work. I know the work is very
Those
nice.
the Karen customers is
Right.
what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
The Karen customers,
Like-
it'll be perfect. They'll still complain for. That's what you're trying to say.
Yeah, like when I do a work for a client,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, it's this time, all that I just wanted them is just thank you. That's all. I don't want any long thank you.
Thank you. Leave me alone. I don't want to hear it. Just leave it.
Because the moment they go, hey, then it's like, I don't know. It's like I start to.
No, I don't like how this looks. That looks change it. Yeah.
It's literally, then it's like my skin starts to go. But like with photos, the more you are retouch, like going back and forth with it, especially if you're the one retouching it, the more it's like you begin to actually even not like it anymore. Right? So how do you deal with those kind of instances?
So I'm relating that back to my business, right? So with that it's pretty clear to me. It's like, you send me a photo, you want this photo, you'll get that photo. As simple. And just being clear and just letting them what your policy is. So with you, it's just like, if you don't have no policy, I'm going to come back and ask you to change it 100 times because you have no policy. You can still do it. But if you say, if you don't like it, you can tell me once to change it. Give them like once or twice. But once you hit, you can be like, hey, you didn't like it. I changed it twice for you from this. Bye. Because there's always those customers.
Yeah,
there was moments where I dealt with a customer did not like how the logo looked. It's his own logo, but did not like it because it wasn't really centered. But it wasn't even really like noticeable. Like it's centered, but it's like by like the tiniest thing. He just wanted it to shift a bit to the side. I said, I'm not redoing it, to be honest. Because the hoodie that he got was a really good material. Is like almost $100 for the hoodie. If I redo it, I'm technically losing money for it. So I said, I understand. And I'm like, I understand. But I'm like, you take it. If not, it's okay. I can give you back your money. I don't care. Give them back. At the end of the day, you got to make sure they're happy. But if it's something that it's bad on my end, I say, I apologize. I'll redo it. There's moments where somebody said the thread came off or so. I said, not a problem. I will redo it. Send it to you. Lost money for it, but at the end of the day, I gotta have the customer and decide end it, right? And with anything custom, I'm just like letting them know, like, you make the payment first, because I know some people, they're like, oh, do this for me, and then they don't want to. Like, that's the mistake I made when I first started. It's like, oh my god, I want that in 7 colors. Oh sure, like I'll make it, but it's like, hey, like, are you gonna pick it up? MIA. Right? So to me, the policy is like, that's a mistake I made when I first started, because I just want people, like, I just wanted to make things. I just want to learn how this machine worked and stuff. But it comes in within like, okay, make the payment. This is your hoodie. You get your hoodie. Once your hoodie is done, the policy is there's no return, exchange, or nothing, because it's custom made, your size, your wants, your needs, whatever. You get what you get. But majority of the time, it's just like, it's literally how it looks in the picture. So they're just happy with it. Yeah.
For me personally, right now, one thing that I'm beginning to realize to avoid those instances is in two folds, right? The first thing that I've realized, especially with photography, is the clients that before they book you, they go a lot of like back and forth with you, like, oh, the price, all this, like they are going a lot of back and forth, like, oh, I actually don't know if I want this. Oh, can you reduce the price, especially the price? Those that are always kind of like, reduce the price. Oh, it's too expensive. Can I pay this? I've now got to realize that it is all those people that at the end of the day, they also end up, after the work is done, it's like,
it'll be a headache.
They end up, because like, I've had those things that when a client come, some clients, they come, hey, I'm looking for this. Okay, cool. I show them that they pay, boom, I give them, thank you very much.
Perfect. We love those clients.
Perfect.
We want more of those ones.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Sometimes even the booking that it takes just 2 conversations. Hey, I'm looking to do this. They send the information, the inspo. Okay, oh, it's gonna cost this. Oh, cool. What day are you available? Perfect. They come, show up on time. You do the shoot. Hi, thank you very much. You post the pictures. You see them again next year. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
But I realize that the ones that, hi, I'm looking to do a photo shoot, and then they will send an idea, and then you price them. And then they are like, oh, is there any other packet? And then it's like they're going back and forth with you just to book you. Those people, and then after booking you, they come.
With those, you need your policies. You need those intact. It's like, this is it.
Yeah.
This is what you get. This is it. And just, you got to end it at that.
But right now, those one thing I've realized is if someone is booking me and I see that already they are going back and forth with me, and the back and forth is not like in like angry, but you can just tell that it's like they are not 100%. It's like
they're indecisive. They're
indecisive, and
yeah, I get those too.
Yeah, the moment now I'm getting that, I find I've found a way to just cut it, because I realize that those
you can't.
Because
what do you mean cut it?
Cut it in a sense that I find ways and means be like, you know what, maybe the time is not favorable, or
no.
With photography, right? And like most photographers, if you ask them, they will tell you the same thing, where it's like those people that usually they are, even them booking you, they are very indecisive about it. Mm-hmm. They are like this and that about it, and then all that. Because at the end of the day, it's better to not do it than to do it, and then they will not like it. And then they will go spread out, like, oh, he can't even. So when I said I will avoid it, not like, oh, I will stop messaging them or anything, but I'll find a way to.
And a nice way to just let them know that you can't really.
Yeah, because like, let's say maybe we talk, they've told me that, oh, my birthday is Saturday. And then I'm like, oh, Thursday, I could do it for you on Thursday. And then we started talking last Monday. And then it's been Thursday, and last Thursday came. They're still not booking. They're going back and forth. I'll just find out, you know what? Someone has booked me for Thursday, so I won't be able to do it for you. That's how I use it. So it's not like I'll stop messaging them. So it's like, oh, you want to book me for a shoot on Saturday? Your birthday is on Saturday. And then you need your shoot tomorrow, right? And then you started talking to me on Sunday. Sunday is not final. Like, you still not decided. The price and everything is a problem. Monday has come, still like going back and forth with me. The Tuesday, and I realized, okay, I think so I'll find a way to, because like it's been 3 days. So 3 days, the spot is not going to just sit there waiting for you. Maybe I may not have a shoot, but I'll just find a way to just nicely tell you, you know what, I'm sorry, but because you were delaying, someone has come, so I have to give I've given the spot, they've paid the deposit, so unless maybe you find someone else to do it. Because I said, trust me,
it gets annoying.
Yeah, and then there are days where it's like, I really wish, and then now I used to see the signs, and then I'll be like, oh, but now it's like, the moment they are booking me, and it's like,
you'll know.
Oh yeah, like stop it.
Leave me alone. I want my peace.
Yeah, let's stop it now. Luckily, I don't have it much. I don't have it much. Sometimes maybe in a year I can have it once or twice, and that is something I thank God for. That I don't have clients that I go back and forth. So I think that is why I find it very hard when I have it, because I don't have it a lot. So I've not built the muscle for it to handle it that much. So when it comes in once in the blue moon, it just makes me like, you know, something that.
But the thing is, when your business is growing, that can happen a lot.
Yeah.
Right? And there is a lot of people that are very indecisive or stingy, don't want to spend, but they want
exactly.
They want a nice Lamborghini car, but got Honda money, you know. But at the end of the day, it's if you have your policies and things just intact, and you let them know from the beginning, this is it, and then you can book them. But at the end of the day, never, ever, ever, ever turn any single person down, like, or even just say, oh, like, try to squeeze them in as much as you can. But what I would say is like, okay, so I only have these 2 days available. There are 2 people that are trying to book me. Let me know if you're interested, or if not, I'm going to give it to them. Give them deadline. Because if you're available, I'm going to take my time. You're not busy. But like, oh, he gets booked quickly. Okay, I got to make sure I got to check my schedule and make time for this person before another person takes him. You know, it's you got to value your time and make sure that you're a very important and busy person and they're going to treat you the same way. But if you're open and available, then it's just going to be like, oh, I can wait. My birthday's tomorrow. I'll do the shoot the day before because he's just free and available.
That's why I don't like last minute photo shoots. I don't like them at all. Like sometimes I can have a client.
Do you charge extra for them?
Now, I used to turn it down. No, listen. I used to turn it down because like for me, remember, Merhawit, I love money, but I'm also very much the quality of the work that I give you is far more important to me.
For sure.
So let's say today's Thursday. Let's say, and then you message me tonight, and then you are like, my birthday is Saturday. Can I come tomorrow to come and do a photo shoot, right? Tonight, I'm going to go to work. I will come home. And so if you come to me tomorrow, do a shoot, and I have to edit the photos for you tomorrow and give it to you the same day. I know I have to go to work tomorrow, right? I don't like to put that pressure on me because sometimes like with photography, the work that we do, if you are doing like fast, you are going to the probability of me doing a shabby work is very high. So I know that how I work. Sometimes I can make it work, but there are some deals that I know, okay, I would rather not take it than take it and spoil my work.
But you know what? With that, you could delegate your editing to someone else. Remember I said, like, if you have the free time, get somebody to edit your work, right? But if you don't have that free time, you can also ask another person to edit your work. But if they want to do that rush order, you let them know that there is extra fee A for that. B, you make sure that you take extra more fee for that person that's going to be editing it for you. So you pay them so you don't stress out. But you got to find the right person that does the same work as you do. And you also pay them and then they can do it too. Because now they're going to say, fuck, I should have booked with him a bit earlier. You know, I should have, okay, next time I learn my lesson because I spent 600 where I could have spent 400. Because I was just last minute. Next time I got to make sure like I book him ahead of time. And that's where it goes from. Value and like make sure that you take your time very, what's the word I'm looking for?
Like for me, I just try to, if I can do it, I can do. Like, let's say I know I have work tomorrow, and then you are like, oh, I have it, my birthday is Saturday, and then you come. If I can squeeze it in, and I know I can get, like, I've had people that are like, oh, you know, sometimes let's say someone is doing their birthday, they know they have to go to a dinner or a birthday, so they're like, oh, I want to come do my birthday photo shoot
before I go to the
dinner.
That's what people do. Because I just thought they dress up to go to
No.
Okay.
Right? Sometimes the birthday photo shoot is done like 2-3 weeks, 1 month before the date.
Okay.
It's done like before the dates. Like it's done before that, right? So if let's say you message me and then you are like, hey KP, I want to do a birthday photo shoot. I'm like, okay, cool. When is your birthday? Like let's use today. When is your birthday? It's today. Let's say tomorrow. It's like, oh, my birthday is tomorrow. And I'm like, whoa, your birthday, I'm going to do the makeup, come take the photos. And then, I mean, they are not telling me that, but I know that is what they are trying to do because they are trying to like kill two birds with one stone. Because they don't want to do two makeup, right? But the point is, because you don't want to do two makeup, I get it. You want to save money and everything. Here's a situation where you also put me, if I am deciding to do the photos, you come here at 4:00, right? I have to do the photo shoot for you. And then within 1 or 2 hours, by the time you get to the dinner that you are going to, the photos needs to be ready.
So do they book with you before they book the dinner?
I mean, sometimes like it becomes a last minute thing, right?
No,
and it's
so this is it. This is the way I see the situation is they're not respecting your time. So to me, it's just like, if I want to do a photo shoot, with this great person that's so busy, and I'm trying my best to just like squeeze the time with him. I gotta make sure that he's available on this day. Okay, now I gotta work my dinner around it. But they rather have their dinner and stuff last minute. Oh, let me do the picture. Let me squeeze it in.
Right.
Nah.
So it's one of those things when I'm like, if I do it, like right now, after this, I'm going to work. I can do a photo shoot, but then you are going to put me in a spot where I have to not work in my normal way. I have to quickly do that within 1 hour, edit maybe 5 photos for you. But if I'm taking my time with the photo, and remember, it's not I'm slowing that. I know how I work and how I can carefully deliver.
What's the limit time?
Right, it depends on the photo. Sometimes like I can edit fast, and then just get it. It depends on the picture and everything.
But you should say, because if somebody goes, how long does it take? To me, it's like, let's say if somebody goes, how long does an order take? I have a time. I say this to this. If they want to do a rush, they're gonna pay extra for it. But I'm not gonna say within the same day. If somebody wants to order with the same day, I'm not taking it. Because it's not realistic. It's not realistic. So, and I'll let them know. I'm like, it's not realistic, but I can get it done. I'll still give them an option. Say, I can get it done within 3 days as a rush order. You need this, that.
Yeah. That is the same thing that I was also trying to say, that in my situation, it can be realistic, but realistically will mean my quality will go down.
But that's why outsourcing.
Yeah, that's why now I'm like, okay, like you said, it's not real. So now for me, those are kind of things that I'm like, okay, it's not real. I don't want it to be realistic because I know it will come at a cost where I'm not going to deliver the quality that I know I can deliver within a certain time frame. So I'd rather not do it than say I would take it. Because remember, at the end of the day, when you deliver the work to them, they are not even going to say, oh, I booked him last minute. Or I booked him 1 hour before my dinner.
Of course.
They are all to them.
It's just
they're expecting the same work that maybe you did with someone that maybe the shoot, you guys sat down, sent mood board, everything. A shoot that maybe took 2 weeks to plan. You probably did your shoot within 30 minutes, but they're expecting the same kind of quality because they know this is the work that you can deliver. But sometimes it's the editing time that will go in there, maybe setting up, doing this. Maybe even you booked me, already had a shoot, and I have to squeeze you in. Maybe that shoot, if the concept that you sent me, I could have done it within an hour, but I have to quickly squeeze it in and do it within 30 minutes. So it's all those things that I'm like, okay, as much as I would love to do it, I would not put myself in that position, to then affect my quality of work.
Yeah, but that's when you say like, yeah, I could do it. Still take them in, but say it's not realistic to be done within the same day. You will get them within 3 to 4 days. If that's okay with you, I could book you right now.
Yeah. One thing that now that I realize that is becoming a lot, one thing that I've started inculcating, if they want to do it, yes, I will charge you extra. But I also let you know that if, let's say they were booking, let's say 1 outfit and they get 5 photos, I'll let you know, hey, I can only deliver 2 photos to you today. You're going to get that. You're going to pay that express work, but you're going to get the 2 days, and I'll take my time with the other one, and then within 5 days, you get the remaining one. Some people are like, no, I'm not okay with it. I'm like, okay, cool. That is all that because you can't expect me to do a photo shoot, edit everything within 1 hour, and deliver quality work. It's not that I can't do it. It's just that I don't want to put myself, my business in that position. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, because I could put a bad reputation.
Yeah, exactly. So sometimes like it can come, if I can squeeze it, and I'll be like, you know what? Let's say you book me for a shoot. I know I have to go to work today at I leave the house at 9. And then you are like, oh, KP, and then you do the shoot at 6 p.m. I know I have from 6 to 9 p.m. I have 3 hours. And then I'm supposed to, let's say, deliver 10 photos to you.
By when?
But before, because I need to leave the house by 9.
Oh, right on the spot.
Yeah, exactly. So it's one of those things where it's like, as much as I would love to do it, I will not do it.
Yeah, no.
Because I have to quickly do the shoot, edit it for you quickly, and then I know my calendar is for have some stuff that I have to do. So then it's like, I will not deliver my greatest work, and then that's why sometimes you need to think long term and be like, yes, the money is good, but it may come at the expense of you not delivering the quality of work that they want. And at the end of the day, it's not gonna be like, oh, I booked him last minute. I told him that, he can just, do some small edits for me and da da da.
Nobody's gonna say that.
Exactly. They are not gonna do that because they know they came to KP and this is the kind of work that KP is going to deliver. So no matter what, even if they booked you for 30 minutes and then they have to deliver the work, you have to deliver the work in 30 minutes, they're expecting you, like maybe an edit that would take you maybe 1 hour to edit. They don't care. So then you have to think about, okay, the pros and cons about it. So that's why those things I'm like, okay, then I'm not even going to subject my business to that environment. And just be like, you know what, it's not possible. That. Even if it's possible, you know what, I'm going to give you edit one photo. That one I can take my time with it. And I give you one photo and then you post it. The rest will come later. And then most times they're like, nah, I can't do that. I would want all the photos and
what? Yeah, that's stress.
Yeah, so that's what it's one of those safety things where you have to find a way to protect the business. I don't know if that, because as much as, like you said, if you're so focused about the money, you'll be delivering shitty work.
Yeah, that's true.
You'll be delivering shitty work.
Passionate side of
exactly.
Yeah.
You'll be delivering shitty work. So I'd rather not take the money and then maintain my brand, my quality of work and everything. And just, hey, can I book you two? They'll message you, someone can message you and then like, oh, I need you right now. I'm like, no, I can't do that.
Yeah.
Nah, exactly that. Thank you very much. I really, really appreciate you making it here. Like, I mean, I really did learn a lot. I can't wait to see you in next year. We are gonna still have you because we need to go deeper and see where the growth, because that's where this whole podcast, we want to show people like those little growth, that growth is not something that just happen overnight, right?
Yeah.
Showing people behind what goes into everything. So I really do appreciate having you here. I just want you to, just one message for people out there that are, small businesses that are starting their business. What small message would you give to them before you go?
Thank you for having me. I was very nervous getting into this, but this was fun, having a nice conversation. A message that I would have to anybody that is a small business is to just not give up and just keep pushing, keep going. If there's always going to be up and down moments, but those down moments, lock in, work, put your time into your business, invest in it like it's your own baby. That's how I see it. My business is my baby. I'm a kid. That's my kid, right? And just lock in and put the time, and that's how you're gonna see yourself.
Stay locked in. But I'm working out from this interview with that. The last thing that you said was, if you were at someone's job, you will not be doing this. So why are you doing this at your own job? And stay locked in. Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.